Now let's keep it moving. Bring up your next comic, Zack Jarvis!
That was fun. I've been going through a dark time recently. Thank you. Every now and then you kind of trip across a memory that you're like, oh, that's why I'm so fucked up. Like it all kind of makes sense again. Listen, everyone's parents scar them in some way, shape, or form. And my mom found a very unique way of doing that. Have you ever found your parents like watching porn? Now, I don't mean like watching porn, I just mean casually watching porn. Just like it's Dancing with the Stars going, I'd vote for them. I like the moves. Very limber. And I walk in and I see them watching porn. I'm like, what are you doing? It's Sex Games Cancun, by the way. And my mom goes, well, we just want to see if we want to visit. Like, they're literally watching porn for the location. Like, that's the stupidest thing. And at our house, we have a big front window that you can see into the living room at night because all the lights are on. And I pull up into the driveway and I'm walking up to the front door and I see my mom start doing this with the remote. The remote's just bobbling between her hands. And I've seen this happen before because I've done it so many times. I'm about to catch my mom watching porn. And it's just everything's butter. She just can't get a hold of it. And I run up to the front door and I kick the front door open. I go, what are you watching? And my stepdad goes, Bikini Frankenstein! I watched a little bit, and let me tell you, there were no bikinis in that whole show. Lots of Frankensteins, no bikinis. It was terrible. My dad has a different way of dealing with porn with me. He just goes, what are you watching? He's like, all right, what are you into nowadays? Have you heard Riley Reid? Like, we just kind of have a casual conversation about it. But I mean, all parents scar their kids. And my friend is currently scarring her child by forcing him to play t-ball. Which is just the stupidest sport ever. Like, my mom wouldn't let me do it. I was like, can I do t-ball? She's like, no. If you're gonna play baseball, there has to be the threat of injury. Like, and I mean, have you ever seen a t-ball game? Because it's terrible. They barely teach the rules to these kids. Like one kid, like the ball came at him, like the kid grounded the ball towards him, and he ran the opposite direction from the ball. And the outfielders are just kind of like walking like this. Because listen, if you got caught in the outfield in t-ball, you're never playing another sport. Because that means your coach was like, you literally have no talent, get to the fucking outfield, just go. And one time, I saw a kid strike out in t-ball. That's the saddest thing ever. And I know that shame. I've struck out just playing regular baseball. I can't imagine t-ball. And his coach kicks over like this bin of plastic bats and goes, come on, Timmy! He was drunk, but how else are you gonna coach t-ball? Unless you're a little sauced up. My mom forced me to play actual baseball. And at the end of the season, we played 10 games. And at the end of the season, everyone got a trophy. There was the best hitter. We had the best first baseman, best second baseman, blah, blah, blah. I got best heart. Which basically they should have printed on that you did dick. You did dick for this team. You sucked. Here you go. And my mom threw it away. She's like, we're not keeping this. Like, we played 10 games. And every time I went up to bat, after the first strike, I just walked to the dugout. I was like, I'm not gonna waste our time. We know this is how this is gonna end. But one time, I hit the ball. And the vibration I've never done it before, and the vibration of the bat is just shaking my body, and then I take off to first base. I'm running faster than I've ever run before, and I hear my dad go, holy shit! And I round second base, and the kid's just kind of standing there, like, looking like this. I'm like, oh, I must have hit it way high. I must have hit that shit way high. And I round second base. I just shove him over, and I go to third base, and our coach is like, stop! And I'm like, no, this is the only time I'm gonna hit the base. I'm going for a home run, man! And I run around third base, and the umpire's going, what you doing? And I just run to home base and I throw my hands in the air. I'm so excited, and the rump goes, foul. But I had the best heart. I mean, I earned the trophy that day. It's interesting to find the very moment your parents gave up. It was so obvious, I turned 18, my parents stopped giving a shit. Because they got me 18 years through it, and they're like, all right, you fucking do it. You can do it, I think. Because I come home, and every night, my mom would always make dinner. And I come home one night, and I was like, hey, Mom, what are we having for dinner? She's like, well, I'm having Gardettos and a bottle of wine. What are you having for dinner? And I said, you got any Gardettos left? And I think that's all we got. It's weird. And then I had a curfew to leave the house. Like, if 7 o'clock would come around, my mom or my dad would come into the room and like, you're still here? Like, we have porn to watch. You need to fucking go. I'm not comfortable doing this with you. I got one last thing to say, and I don't want to get political, but I'm going to, because I have a mic, so fuck you. I was a speech and debater, and I did debate. And in that time, you had to look up a lot of presidential quotes. And there's a lot of good ones out there. There's FDR's, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. It's a great one. JFK has, what is it? Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. That's a good one. George W. Bush had a good one too. It's kid reads book goods. It spoke to me, it did. But the thing is now we have Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has been around for a long time. He did the Howard Stern show. And the first quote I saw for Donald Trump was, I'm not really into anal. So we now have a president on record about his feelings about anal, which I think is important. That's a milestone for our country. But at the same time, you know Bill Clinton had some feelings about it. Long talks at night with Hillary about the possibility. Anyways, I'm Zack Jarvis. Have a good night.